7, all right.
We're all set.
All set, all right. It is 7 PM. We will call the June 23rd, 2025 meeting of the Richmond Zoning Board of Review to order. First item on our agenda is the approval of minutes for February 24th, 2025. Any issues, members of the board, with the minutes? Taking a bunch of notes. Is there a motion to approve the meetings of 24, 25?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
5-0, minutes are approved. That brings us to new business. This is the application of Julie Chattel or Chattel?
Jamie
Jamie, I'm sorry.
Patel.
Chattel, I mess up everything. So hopefully it approves here on out. For a dimensional variance to extend an existing deck to the left side of the house under zoning ordinance 18-52050. This property is located at 335 Arcadia Road in Richmond, Rhode Island. Tax assessor's plat 1B, lot 14. Folks, usually what we have you do is come up to the podium and we'll swear you in, and you can tell us what you're trying to accomplish. Who do we have here?
Jamie Patel, the
Yeah.
owner.
Okay,
This is my partner, Gaetano Renzi. Also living at the property.
all right. What we'll do, we'll swear you both in at the same time. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth here this evening?
Yes.
Okay, this way you both can provide input if we have any questions or anything.
Perfect.
So Jamie, if you could just walk us through what you're trying to do, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're applying for a dimensional variance on our property. To take an existing deck that's on the front of the house and take it down the side around the back. The main reason we want to do this is because there's grading that needs to be done on the property. Right now, the lawn has been eroded. It's sloping in towards the house. Water's hitting the foundation, coming in sometimes, making things worse. We want to put a low porch, right on the ground. And then grade the yard up to that porch, right? And have a little wall or a little trench right there so that it's nice and smooth and it comes down, and then we'll no longer have the water issues that we've been having. And also it'll just kind of make the property a little bit nicer, and we'll be able to walk out and around the back, using a porch instead of walking in the mud, because we kind of get a lot of mud there right now. It's not for financial gain. And it's, like I said, low. I mean, no, we're not looking to add an awning or a covering or anything like that.
All right, any questions from members of the board? I just had a question. I'm just not familiar with the property. The retaining wall here, is there a drop off in the properties?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why we, functionally, we can't go around that side. Because, yeah,
Good.
it would be off the ground, it would be a lot more expensive to build, and it wouldn't solve the erosion problem on the other side.
I assume so, but I just wanted to ask. That helps me.
Yeah.
In your neighbor's property, so I guess where we're going closer, how far away is their residence?
I think their residence is about 50-60 feet from our property line. And we uploaded, or we submitted a letter
Yes.
from that neighbor who signed it and is in support of what we're trying to do here. He wrote in the letter that it's not going to infringe on his privacy in any way. It's really not going to change the view from his side of things. And I think he agreed that it was like kind of the necessary and easiest solution to the problem that we have.
Any other questions from members of the board? No? Okay. Any members of the public support or oppose this project? Seeing none. Can I have a motion to close the public hearing? Motion, second. Motion second, all in favor? Aye. All right, thank you. If you can just take a seat. Discussion. It's straightforward to me. What I was looking for in my question, which it looks like the applicant anticipated, is that the let's see, the relief sought is due to the unique characteristics of the land. There's a drop off on the other side of the property where it would have otherwise made sense to have the deck. So I'm comfortable. Any other comments, concerns, or discussion? Looks like everybody's in favor. So that being said, I'm happy to make the motion. This is an application for a dimensional variance by Jamie Chattel, they seek relief specifically for an extension of a deck. We heard testimony from the applicant that the hardship from which she seeks relief is due to the unique characteristics of the subject land. That is on one side of her property where the deck would otherwise maybe be natural, in my subjective opinion. She can't put it there because of that drop off. So she has to put it on the property side of the property where she is proposing it. Again, that might not have been her first choice, but she is seeking to do that because of the unique characteristics of the subject land. That is one of the criteria we seek to fulfill here. And on that basis, I think it's fulfilled. Next, in our dimensional variance standard, the hardship is not the result of any prior action of the applicant. We heard no testimony to indicate that that would be true. This appears as though it's a pre-existing structure. And again, there was no evidence or testimony that the applicant caused this to happen or caused this relief to be needed in any way. Lastly, the granting of the requested variance will not alter the general character of the surrounding area. Based on the testimony, it appears that is not the case. In fact, we have a letter that was received in evidence from a neighbor saying that he supports this.
That's the name.
And he's here. Mr. Papa, we still support this?
Absolutely.
Very good, even though our public hearing is closed, it's good to know. There's no testimony to indicate that the general character of the surrounding area would be impaired in any manner. On that basis, I make a motion to approve this application. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Beat you to it. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, folks. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Congratulations. Thanks for coming, Mr. Papa.
Thank you, sir.
It's good to have good neighbors. I'm glad you.
You know, what a great neighbor. He's the best neighbor.
Trust me, that's good. You're a good man. Thanks, folks. You're free to go.
Thank you.
All right. That brings us to,
Yeah.
He probably doesn't want the mudslides in.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, you just want to let them know that the 20-day appeal period.
of course, 20-day appeal period. Judging by the standing room only objecting to this, you'll definitely want to heed now. Just proceed with caution. You always do, but once 20 days passes from the recording of this decision, you're good to go.
I'm aware. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. That brings us to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn?
Where's that? In a second? Yes, there we go. Got you.
Okay, let's find out.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Good.